Buenos dias, buenos dias. All right. Man, this girl's pumped. She's ready to hit the gym. Man, I hope everybody had a good weekend. Alrighty, so if you're here, ya saben. Soy Martita. Just, a mom sharing the journey, sharing just shit that comes up. Telling you if you're a single mom, take it easy on yourself. I've been there. Okay, don't take life so seriously. But let's see. What do I want to talk about? Here's what I want to say. In my 26 years of being a mom, I understand now kids are always going to have a trauma. So if you're thinking that your kid is going to be perfect, you're going to give them the perfect upbringing and all that, and they're never going to throw anything in your face, don't live life like that. It's okay if your kids throw shit in your face. You know why? Because when they get to be parents, they're going to experience it. And they're going to be like, hey, ya sé lo que me hablabas. You know what I mean? And I promise I'm not drinking alcohol. It's my pre-workout. Some of us got to get to the gym. No, but on the real, if you're a mom, don't have that guilt on you. But here's what I also want to say. Because I know a lot of us single moms are like, you know what, we can do without the guy. We don't need the dad. Don't be like that. Whether you think so, whether you know so or not, our children, just like we, will need our parents, whether it's a good example or not. And it's not up to you. And I'm going to give you an example is my first son's dad, he was a drug addict. And I get it. Like, sometimes you're like, dang, but I don't want to send my kids with them. Like, you got to do your due diligence too. You need to understand how they work, how people like that function. And my kid still wanted to see his dad, so I had to give him the opportunity. And I know it sounds shitty because we're like, you know what? I want to avoid my kid from going through that. You're not going to avoid anything. All you're going to do is give your kid the perception that you were trying to take their father away from them. And if you are a good parent, if you are a good mom, even if you're a good dad, you will do everything in your power to get along with that person, to co-parent. I can't even understand, like, it's 2025 and people are still fighting over stupid shit. Like, people are still fighting because the ex moved on with someone else. I'm going to say something else that's going to upset a lot of you. Ladies, because I see the ladies do this a lot. My girls, talking to you. Here's the thing. If a man doesn't want you, that's separate. But if he wants his kids, don't punish him because he doesn't want you. That is wrong. And you have some unresolved trauma, some things you need to take care of. Because I could never see myself bringing children into this world only to punish them because I can't act right and someone else doesn't want me. Like, that is mind-boggling to me. And so many women do that. I get it if you have to protect your kid. But if you're protecting your kid because they don't want you, no, that's not protecting your kid. That's you using your kid. That's being manipulative. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you're Latino, Latina, look at how our parents raised us. Majority of them are narcissists. They put us down when they're wrong. How does that work? Our parents just didn't know any better. And I get it. Like, a lot of people get mad at that word, but it just kind of is what it is. And if there was ever a culture that there's so much trauma and unhealing that needs to happen, I would say it's in a Latino culture. The fact that we don't talk about stuff, the fact that we just brush it under the rug, the fact that we want to be embarrassed and shame people, and que van a decir las tías, chica su madre, que es lo que vayan a decir las tías. Las tías ain't anybody special. Nobody. Nobody at all. But I know I went all over the place on this one. But here's what I want to say. Ladies and guys, try your very best to get along for your kids. I have tried my very best. And I didn't do it for myself. I did it for my daughter and for my boys. Like, for my boys, unfortunately, it was a little different. I know a lot of you wouldn't even like my perspective on that one, but I was not going to force their dads to be around if that's not what they wanted. I know a lot of us are like, oh, I'm going to take them child support. I'm going to make them be there. Here's the thing, and you might get mad at me too, and that's okay. Because I will say things that other people probably won't. Just because as moms, we might be ready right now to have a kid and want a man to level up, it doesn't mean he's ready, and it doesn't mean he has to. And it's ridiculous how sometimes we get mad and we're like, oh, he doesn't want to level up and be who I want him to be just because I have to be responsible, then I'm going to punish him. Why would you punish him? Just because he doesn't think the same way you do? Just because he's not on your timeline? Like, why would you punish him? And I'm sorry, it's the sun that's making my face red. And that's what people do. If parents aren't on our timeline, we get mad. Oh, we're going to take them child support. We're going to get them for that. They got to agree with me. No. Why? Like, who says the dad's got to be equivalent to you? Mindset. Who says he wants to raise the kids the same way you do? Mindset. Doesn't. Like, he's entitled to also be his own person. You're entitled to be your own person. And it took me years to realize that. Just like people grieve differently. You know, I know what it's like to have a miscarriage. I know what it's like to have like a tubal pregnancy. And, you know, miscarriages aren't fun. I get that. And I know the one that like hurt me the most years ago was when I lost a set of twins that I was pregnant with in the second trimester. And it was devastating. I had grieved differently. And my husband at the time, he was grieving different than I was. And you know what? I didn't like it. I wanted him to grieve and hurt just like I did to show me that he cared just as much. And you know what? Now I think, and I'm like, that's pretty selfish because we weren't brought up the same. We don't have the same cultures. We don't have the same beliefs. We don't have the same emotions. Who am I, or who was I, to even say you have to grieve this way, you have to hurt this way because I'm hurting? And that's what we do. We get mad because people don't hurt and grieve and do the things that we do on our timeline. Nobody thinks the same, and that's great. That's how it should be. That's why we're so diverse. But that bothers a lot of people because people like to have control. Give up control. You want to have control? Control your own life. Don't try to control other people's life. You're here to create your own, not control someone else's. And it's crazy how we're like, no, we want to control everybody. Control your own then. Create what you really want and control it and tell me if it works. Because some of you, it doesn't work. And people will come at me and they're like, how did you obtain this? How did you do your mindset? You got to have a better mindset. Quit worrying about that ex who's making more money, that ex who's moved on. Quit worrying about them. You go do you. Go see what you can amount yourself to be. You might be able to do some big ass shit, but you're so worried about what isn't going your way or what everybody else has. Sorry, like my lip gloss is all on the sides. Don't do that. Go fucking challenge yourself. Go see what as a mom, as a woman, you could fucking do. Don't worry about that vato moved on with that next chick. Who cares? Create the happiness you want. What does happiness look like to you? Some women and moms don't even know what happiness looks like to them. And they're like, I'm not happy. Did you ever look at it? What does it look like? I don't know. So how are you going to get somewhere you don't even know? It's like we're complaining about nothing. And we don't even know what we want. So we complain. Because we want something to happen before we get in a better space. We want to get rich before I'm happy. No, you get happy before you get rich. Because if you're not happy before, then you're not going to be able to obtain that money, that richness, because you can't handle it. Because what would be different than the way you're living now? Anywho, I'm at the gym. If this upset you, if it bothered you, that's great. Send it to a friend. Let them know. Let's stop with the games already. Let's start raising our kids right. Let's be loving. Let's do everything from a place of love. Put your heart into it. Fuck the grudges. Fuck getting back at people. It's not even worth it. You know why? Because you're wasting your life on other people. Quit cutting yourself short. Alrighty? Vámonos. If you're not following, if you're not subscribed, then you should be. Alrighty? Talking about everything. Menopause, parenting, baby mamas, baby daddies, loving, upbringing, no judgment, culture, parenting, everything that nobody wants to talk about. I'm willing to talk about it. Alrighty? So subscribe. Vámonos al gimnasio.